Hey, we are going to talk a little bit about standard rulers right now. Now, everybody's seen and used a standard ruler, but you might not know how to accurately measure with one. So I'm going to take just a few minutes and explain this. Our rulers, standard rulers, are generally based on 1/16 of an inch. So we have 1/16, and it might be a little small. There are 2 hash marks right here. When you see 2 hash marks, that means inches. If you were to see 1 hash mark, that means feet. So let's take a look at this drawing right here. On the top of this ruler, the inches are delineated by 1/8 of an inch. So if I count these lines, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines per inch. Same here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 lines per inch, which means that this ruler is delineated or separated by 1/8 inches. Now down here, it's by 1/16 of an inch. And this is a far more common thing that we see in this class. If we count these, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Same thing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It doesn't change. Measuring is nothing more than counting, and counting is pretty darn easy. Now, most likely, you're used to seeing fractions as part of a pie, like this. This is a quarter that I'm tracing. You've been taught this since elementary school, that this represents a whole. Now, the easiest way to think about this is to think that this 1 inch right here represents a whole. Now, what if I want half? Okay, let's say I want to cut this in half right here, and I only want that. Okay? Now, this is the way that the ruler is actually separated. If you see this large line right in the middle, that is 1/2 of an inch. It's usually the biggest, and it occurs halfway between 1 inch and the other. So 0 to 1, right in the middle, is a 1/2 inch. 1 to 2, right in the middle, is a 1/2 inch. Much like this right here. Now, rulers aren't just separated into halves, they're also separated into quarters, eighths, and 16ths. So just so you understand, let's trace this. Okay, if I cut this piece in half, and then half again, this area right there is a quarter. If I half, 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 and half, this area is an eighth. And if I half, 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 that takes us to eighths, then cut it again, this area right here is 1/16. 1/8, 1/4, 1/2, and then 1. You've been taught this method pretty much your entire life to do fractions. And all a ruler is that exact same thing. This tiny little amount right here is a 1/16 of an inch. Same as that right there. If we count 1, 2, 3, 4 16ths, this right here is a quarter. If we count the smaller 1, 2 16ths, that's an eighth. Half is easy because it's right in the middle. So if I were to ask you what this measurement is right there, you could count the 16ths. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 16. 4 over 16 reduces to 1/4. So that measurement right there is 1/4 of an inch. Same thing if I wanted to ask you what this measurement is. Obviously, you could just look there, and halfway between is 1/2 inch. All you have to do is count the numbers and reduce them, and that gives you the measurement. Now let's say the measurement crosses over an inch mark. Now it is 2 and 1/16, 2 and an eighth, 2 and 3/16. Okay, so that measurement, it's crossed over the 2, 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3/16. Or we can go 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 2 and 13/16. Basically, measuring on a standard ruler is nothing more than counting lines. It's really easy to find the ½ inch because it is right in the middle. The quarters, 1/4 and 3/4, are half of what's left over. But you can always fall back on just counting the lines. Okay, stop this video, rewind, and replay as many times as it takes for you to grasp the concept.